So next up are these two boxes which rounded out that trip. So when I break it all down and figure out what I paid for each item based on what I paid for the lot price, I basically figure I'm into these two boxes for about 40 bucks. So let's dive into these and see how I did. All right, so this is the first of two boxes of miscellaneous things that I pulled together that I found in a lot of these items were in a desk drawer that I hadn't seen previously, because I probably would have grabbed these items when I had seen them if I had seen them on previous trips, because there are some actual machinist related items that I did not see. So the first thing that caught my eye was this little plate. Now this isn't a lapping plate, but whatever it is, it's cast. It's got a ground surface on this edge, and it has a very nicely hand scraped surface, which I would assume means that this is super flat.
Hey, supper time.
Okay, thanks. So this little plate right here, it's, I don't know, about maybe 5-6 inches in diameter, but it's got a very, very nicely done, what appears to be hand scraped pattern in the surface. So I'm assuming that means that this is super flat. And then this was just laying in there and it caught my eye, and then I happened to see this, and at first I didn't realize, I almost threw it out, and then I realized this is a little wooden cover to protect this thing when it's not being used. That's what I think it is anyways. It's not a perfect fit, and I might be wrong, but this says right on it, it says Shamrock Tools. There's an address on here of 10990 South Alameda, Linwood, California. So I guess that's a drive, Alameda Drive in Linwood, California. And it looks like there might be a number on here. I don't know what that is. But anyways, don't know if this company is still in business, and don't even know what they sold. But I think that this cover is for this. And I think this is some sort of a precision plate for maybe measuring flatness of small items. Not sure. Then I spotted this pair of metal bars, and when I took them out and took a closer look, I realized, oh, these are precision ground pair of parallels, and I didn't think too much of them. I figured out they're probably just, you know, your typical shop made ones, but they might come in handy. And unfortunately they've got some pretty good dings in them because they've been mistreated. They're marked on the end here 3/4 by 1 inch. Okay, but the nice surprise is, flip them around on the other side and it's kind of hard to see, but these are marked 920 Brown and Sharp. These are genuine Brown and Sharp parallels. If these were in mint condition and in their original case, these would be worth some big bucks. But hey, I won't mind putting them in my collection. Oh, let's see what else we got in here. I see a 1-2-3 block. Appears to be unmarked. And here's one still in the oilskin paper or whatever they call this waxy gross tissue stuff. Wonder if this is a match for this one that never got unwrapped. I don't see any markings on this one either. I'm gonna leave that in there for now. At some point I'll sit down and I'll go through every single one of my 1-2-3 blocks and clean up the ones that need to be cleaned, and check them, and keep a couple for myself, a couple pairs for myself, and then think about sending the others down the road or doing something else with them. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, this caught my eye. I got excited when I saw this. It's a LS Starrett company, Athol, Massachusetts, number T465, and I think I looked this up, and it's a, I believe it's a bench micrometer. And so I thought that this actually would be pretty valuable, but it's really not. It's not big money. I don't really have much use for it because I don't have the stand that this probably went in originally. So that's going to probably have to be an eBay item. Just when I thought that I had found every single indicator in the place, another indicator pops up. This one, calibrated in November of 2003. So this dirty old thing is marked, it's branded Messner. M-E-S-S-N-E-R, Messner. And this is it looks like it's a drop indicator that's attached to this contraption here, which says Diatest on it, D-I-A-T-E-S-T, right there, Diatest. And this is a bore gauge by the looks of it. So I would think when I squeeze this, oh yeah, there it is. So if I were a betting man, I would guess that this might have been part of a set, that maybe there were other sizes that you could put on this. I don't know. Or maybe this is just for testing bores within this range. I don't know. The fact that it works at all is nice. But be willing to bet that if you unclamp this, I bet you if you unclamp this, this whole thing comes off, and this, I bet you this is just pretty much just a drop indicator. Well, that's interesting. This says something labs on it right here. I can't quite make out what it says. Here's a, that's an interesting little C-clamp. Yeah, so anyways, I was saying this is an interesting C-clamp because it's so shallow. The throat is so shallow on it. Looks like my suspicions may have been right about this being part of a set originally, because there was one more in there. It's a really small one there compared to this one anyways. So you would use this gauge, and then you would interchange these to do different size bores, different ranges. Just weeding through what's left in here. It looks like somebody was busy making themselves some gauge blocks. This one's marked 0.906 D-12. These are all marked apparently D-12. Different sizes, 0.968, 0.656, well, that just says 593. I think they forgot to put the point on that one. 0.781. Tell you what, these practically ring together. They do. Wow. Even as dirty as they are. 0.281, 218. Yeah, that was a little rough. 343. 0.843. Yeah, it might be worth setting aside. Look at these funny little blocks. They're like little miniature 1, 2, 3 blocks, but they're not 1, 2, 3. I don't know what the dimensions are. Some pretty nasty milling marks on the sides there. I don't know if these surfaces are ground or if somebody just started to make them and then quit. There's another a little bit larger one, still smaller than the 1, 2, 3 block. This one's marked ALS. And it's marked 1 7/8 on this side. Then there's a whole bunch of these hex-shaped ones, which are pretty badly rusted, but I could see that these were also homemade gauge blocks of some type. You can still see some of the sizes on them. These look like jaws for a very small machinist lathe, or I'm vice for a small vice. Get the recessed. At least that's my guess as to what these are. A couple more miscellaneous blocks somebody made here. These are fractional, 15/16, 13/16. Here is a one lowly blank for grinding a lathe cutting tool. This is marked Bray Cut, Braecut, Bray Cut. Haven't heard that name. And then there's a whole bunch of these. Oh wow, I just realized what these are. That one doesn't have the cap on it. I bet you that's an industrial diamond on the end of that right there. I bet you these are to be put in a holder to dress a grinding wheel on a surface grinder. That's my guess. Yeah, I can almost guarantee that that's what's on that very end there is an industrial diamond. So the question is, are all of these? Oh yeah. Huh. The shanks are rusty, but why the hell couldn't you still use these? I wonder how much these are. I wonder how much these cost. So a pile of those. Boy, that's a sharp one. This is marked SP-125. And there is a name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that says Parsons, Hartford, Connecticut. On that one. I can just make out a number on this one, but no name. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of work with a wire wheel to get some of these cleaned up enough to see if there's any numbers on them. But I'm almost positive that's what those are. Quite a while back, out of this estate, I found this thing. So this is a, you can see it's a stand. And there's basically the piece with the diamond on the top. There's an extra one there. But that's the kind of thing that I envision that these are made to go in. And that's called a diamond dresser holder. 1/4 inch and, well, it says 1/4 and 1/2 carat. All right, on to the next box.